Well, hello everybody. Hello everybody. Welcome back to another episode of To a Woman's Heart, where we uplift, motivate, encourage, and empower women. Well, I know the title of this tonight is called Straight from the Heart, Real Talk. And when you're trying to build something, or you trying to make an impact, or you trying to make a change for the better, sometimes it requires you to stand alone, and to push through by yourself. We cannot let what others will not do for us deter us from what God has us to do. And it can be quite discouraging at times, when you're trying to build a brand, build a business, whatever it may be that you're working on building. And so it can be difficult, and it can cause you to lose faith. It can cause you to lose hope. It can cause you to feel like you're walking the road by yourself. And so I titled this Real Talk for a reason, because as we've had many conversations about a lot of things, when we did the expectations of a woman, when we talked about trust, and we did the Wednesday nuggets, talking about letting go, or healing ourselves, or whatever it may be, we have a tendency sometimes to live in a fantasy world. And me and Linda was having this conversation after we did the stream last night. There are a lot of things that we keep to ourselves, and we don't want to share, for the fear of being embarrassed. But I'll say this, and I'll say this again until I lose my breath. If God has given you something to do, and it's a task that He's put on your heart to do, then go ahead and do it. Let nobody stop you from doing what you need to do. If I would allow individuals who don't support me, who don't encourage me, who don't uplift me, who don't provide me the comforting words that I may need at times, stop me from doing what I need to do, I would never get anywhere. I would never get anywhere. And so we cannot be afraid of failure. I don't care what it is. We just can't. Nothing comes easy. It just don't. Nothing comes easy. And as most um, individuals who started a business, and you will see that they went through a couple of bankruptcies. They was given a whole lot of no's. Um, People told them, you crazy for even thinking about doing something like this, or how you going to do it because you don't have no money, or it's just a dumb idea. And I was listening when I picked up my niece this morning about 5 o'clock. Steve Harvey comes on every morning with an inspirational segment. And he was talking about these cliches that, people would say, don't put all your apples in one basket, and all different things that you would hear individuals say. And what stuck with me was, he said, before he reached the plateau that he has gotten to, he said that at times individuals told him he was crazy for even thinking about being a comedian. And even in sleeping in his car, he still told jokes. So I'm saying this to say, there are a lot of people who probably told you, you crazy. Why would you even consider doing something like this? It's not going to go anywhere. Can't you find something else better to do? Get you a job, get a job and do what you need to do. And that's good and fine. But what happens when the jobs don't choose you? Do you sit idle and just wallow in self-pity? Do you do that? Or do you find the strength within yourself and not let it defeat you, not let it knock you down where you feel like you can't get up? Do you do that? Yes, that's what you should do. You should find something. And a lot of businesses was birthed out of struggle. A lot of businesses was birthed out of lack. A lot of businesses, prominent businesses, was birthed out of desperation. So you have to think that in your desperate times, there is a purpose. There is a purpose. And then you have to think, if you wasn't in desperate times, would it push you to the point of excelling and doing the things that you had your mind on doing anyway? But because you listen to the negative feedback, because you listen to the naysayers of saying what you can't do, you listen to them. So God had to put you in a position where you had no choice but to step out on faith and do what you needed to do. Jump. And sometimes in jumping is very fearful. And no, you're not going to know the results of right away. And sometimes it's not meant for you to know the results of right away. Just like we talked about last night, you just have to trust that you're going to get there eventually. I say this all the time. We are microwavable people. We look for a fast, quick fix. We look for a quick meal. We look for everything to be fast and quick. But anything of substance takes time. And this is where we don't want to have these type of conversations. It takes a baby 9 months to form into a human being with the eyes, the legs, the arms, the lips, the nose, and the ears. 9 whole months. So just imagine when you're stepping out on something that you believe within your heart is something for you to do. You got to put the work in. Whether you want to or not, you have to put the work in. It is a struggle. It is a struggle. And I'm not sitting here and saying it's going to be easy. And sometimes financially it can be stressful. But we have so many free avenues that we can use that will assist us in our process. And here is something else I found out to be true. We don't want to help nobody. We want to keep everything to ourselves because now, you know, for some of us, we say, even on some of our streams and some of our feeds, we say we want to help. And then we revert back to the story of how we was unable to pay our rent. We were unable to pay our car note. We was barely able to make ends meet. And once you found out the avenues, the tools that will get you to the 6-figure, the 7-figure income, then you see most people start to advertising. I can help build your brand. I can help build your business, but at a cost. And it's not a reasonable cost. It's a ridiculous amount. So here is my point of view. If I'm trying to build something, I'm trying to get out of the rut and get my business up and running to be where it will give me a return on investment. If I'm functioning on a $500 budget, I can't hire you or use your program and you charging me $2,000. That don't make sense to me. And so I understand that in growing, in the process of establishing ourselves, yes, you want to put a price tag on some things, but if God has given you something, and if he's given you something to do that will be beneficial to somebody else, do we have to put a large price tag on everything? Now, I know some things cost. I get it. Some things do cost. But our learnings, we can share some learnings without putting a price tag on it. And I'm always looking for information. I'm always seeking out information. I watch YouTube. I go on social media. I read articles. I go on the internet and I do some research. And there are some avenues that can provide you a path that will get you where you need to be. But the thing that gets me the most is we as individuals are so selfish at times. You know, and you got to think that God don't allow us to get to that point because, he put some on our heart to do, and we put a price tag on it. And all the time, it's not meant to put a price tag on it right away, because I believe if you do it his way, and the timing that he tells you to do what you need to do, he's going to make a way for you. He's going to open the doors. He's going to open the windows for you to walk through. But we don't have patience for anything. We want a fast buck. And the bottom line is, do we do it from the heart? Is the question. Is it really, really from the heart when we are doing what we're doing? It's a struggle to start any type of business. So I'm not going to sit here and tell you that it's not. It is. It's a struggle. But here is my thing. We, especially as women, we find it so hard to support one another. The TV realm shows us always at each other's throat. It shows us chopping each other's tree down. It shows us demeaning individual. It shows us with negative things. We have something negative to say all the time. And I say this again, and I'll say it till Jesus comes. You think you know somebody's story, but you really don't know their story. All you know is what you see right here. Now you see my face. You see it. You may say, okay, she looked kind of decent today. You may see the smile on my face, but you don't know what's going on behind my eyes. You don't know what's going on in my mind. You don't know the struggles that I'm dealing with. You don't know that, because people make it seem like the process is simple. People make it seem like it's easy, and you see the end result of hard work, of sleepless nights. You think it's easy, and it's not. And why is it so easy for us to find value, to support somebody outside of our circle of friends and family, and you can't support the people that's in your circle? Why is that? Explain that to me. Why do we doubt the people, the individuals that's closest to us? Why don't we have positive words to say to push them forward? Say, hey, whether you do it or not, it's a good idea. Make the effort to manifest your idea. You never know where to take you to. And I keep saying this over and over again. Whatever you do it from the heart. Because if you're not going to do it for the heart and be genuine about what you're doing, it defeats the purpose. And the Bible always tells us it's more blessed to give than it is to receive. So you got to know that there is a great blessing in giving to others than sitting here with our hands out to receive back. Why do we always feel like we have to be on the receiving end? There's nothing wrong with giving. You don't know what doors God can open for you. You don't know that. And this is real talk. You don't know that. People struggle. If you look at most of your professional individuals, how they made it, look at your billionaire companies, millionaire companies. They started from humble beginnings, out of their garages, out of the trunk of their car. They struggled. They was homeless. They was hungry. I listened to the story of Tamala Mann. You see her now, but you don't know her story about eating out of the garbage can. See, we so quick to say, oh, you think you all this and a bag of chips because now you have arrived. But you don't know the road that people have traveled to get where they're gotten. You don't know that. You don't know the backstory. You don't. You don't know the sleepless nights. You don't know the tears that they shed to make it to the next destination. So let's be conscious of that. Let's be conscious of that. Don't do anything to somebody else you would not want somebody else to do to you. If you decided to start a business, if you decided to read a book, if you decided to start a podcast, whatever it may be that individual that can encourage, that can uplift, whatever you have that can provide a positive impact to that person while they're trying to build, then do that. Let's stop being the crabs in the barrel. The crab go up the barrel and you the crab that's at the bottom and you study pulling the person down. Why is our mentality, why is our thought process like that? Why can't we just be individuals to uplift, motivate, encourage, and empower each other? It's so much negativity. It's so much negativity, and we can change it. It does not matter the color of the skin. It does not matter the size of the woman. It does not matter your financial status. It doesn't matter. Each individual is a human being with feelings. And I think we forget that. I think in the heart of us, we forget that. A lot of people might not show the emotions of being hurt when you don't say, and it's not always people saying that they need it, but sometimes you can tell somebody, good job. I see you struggle. I see where you're going. I see that you have a purpose. I see what you're trying to do. I see that you're trying to unify women. I see that you're trying to make a difference. But do we do that? Do we understand that as an individual? And what is it within us that we feel we have to be the naysayer and the negative nanny? What is it? What is it that we can't find nothing positive to say about anybody? And I want to say this. We're so good at cutting each other up at times. And I'm not saying everybody. We're so good at cutting. I mean, some of us chop other women up like you chop up a chicken. You get a leg, you get a wing, you break the breast. You know, the head is already gone. And we just chop, 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 chop. And we see nothing wrong with that. But soon as it boomerang back around to us and somebody chop, 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 chop to us, then our feelings are hurt. Newsflash. Nobody, and I mean nobody, is perfect. We all are flawed in one way or another. We're not perfect. We don't have a perfect skin tone. Our nose are not perfect. When you do your eyebrows, they're not twins, identical. They're not. You don't put on your makeup the same way every day. Your breasts, some you have medium size, large, and small. Your waistline may not be the waistline you want. Your butt may not be the butt that you want. We are not perfect. We're imperfect individuals. So why do we walk around here like we are perfect individuals? We're not. We're not. And be mindful when you have your axe out to chop somebody down. Because your turn is coming. While you chopping somebody else down, somebody's going to be chopping you down. And each one of us have made mistakes. We've done things that we regretted in our lifetime. Let's be honest with ourselves. Nobody is perfect. Nobody has a closet door that's clean. You don't. There is something in everybody's closet that nobody wants to be pulled out. Have we, again, as I've said, we have not made right decisions all the time. We haven't. We haven't choose the right mate all the time. We haven't even choose people to be a good friend to us all the time. We've hung out with the wrong people. We slept with people that we should not have slept with. But while you are running the credits of somebody else's dirt, remember, you have dirt too. Now, this is real talk for you. Now, you may be able to chew it, you may be able to swallow it, but some of y'all ain't gonna be able to digest it because you don't want to face it. Because we walk around here like we Miss Perfect, and we're not. Nothing on us is perfect. I guarantee you, if you stand in the mirror and look at yourself long enough, you would find something that you don't like. Hence why a lot of women go to the doctors. They get their nose readjusted. They get their lips plumped up. They get their eyebrows shaded in. They get their breasts reduced, or they get breast implants. They get their waist taken in. They get a rib removed. They get booty implants. But that's a deeper issue. That has nothing to do with you as a person. Most of the times, if we be honest with ourselves, and if we would be real with ourselves, when we modify who God designed us to be, there is something else that we're trying to cover up. Maybe it's something that somebody said to you that had an impact, and it weighed on you heavier than you thought that it would. Because let's be realistic. New boobs don't make you a better person. A big butt don't make you a better person. Getting a rib removed don't make you a better person. A snatched waistline don't make you a better person. It doesn't. That's an inner thing that you have to work on. Outer appearance, you can dress up all you want, just like window shopping. They put clothes on mannequin and they take the clothes off the mannequin. But what you need to clean up is what's residing on the inside. That hate, that is a cancer. That unforgiveness, that is a cancer. That critical spirit, that is a cancer. That jealousy spirit, that is a cancer. It's eating you up, and it's making you something that God did not design you to be. You're jealous. You don't want to see, you're not happy, so you don't want to see nobody else happy. Somebody got a man, and because you don't have a man, you're jealous. So you try to find a way to destroy that relationship. So again, misery loves company. But these are things that we know to be reality that we don't want to address and that we don't want to face as women. We can be real catty when we want to be. And that's the sad part. That's the sad part. And some of our issues are stemming from our childhood. Some of it is daddy issues. Some of it, again, is broken trust. And some of it, we feel like we need to be the person that do somebody like they did you. Revenge. And that's not healthy neither. So you wonder why a lot of us have headaches. You wonder why a lot of us have stomach issues. You wonder why a lot of us can't sleep. You wonder why a lot of us are stressed. And you wonder why a lot of us walk around unhappy. These are some of the reasons why. And it's time for us as women to take a look. It's time for us as women to, even those in the entertainment environment, stop selling yourself for $1. Stop placing yourself in the whole category. Because as any man, any real man, if he like you, he like you. You don't have to show all your goods to gain his attention. You need to leave something to the imagination. But some of us feel like if we can't get attention one way, we'll get it another. But is that the kind of attention that you really want to have? And now the popular thing is we done took away the design that God had. And so now we in the mode of proposing to the man. Where you find that in the Bible? Where God flipped the script and told the woman to propose to the man, because the Bible said the man who findeth a wife findeth a good thing. It didn't say the woman who findeth the man findeth a good thing. God designed it for the man to find the wife. We didn't change so many things, and then we wonder why our lives are in chaos and confusion. We married the wrong people, knowing full well that's the person that you should not marry. We know this. But because of the fear of us being alone, that word being alone, being lonely, causes us to step in relationship we should have ran from, but we didn't. And then you're miserable going in the relationship, and you're more miserable sitting in the relationship. So what purpose did it serve? I never in life want to have a man just for the title of saying I have a husband. And I dread going home every day. I dread it. I'm not doing that to myself. I would never do that to myself because I think more of my peace than that. I don't want no title in no relationship. And besides, relationship is more than just a name. That's work. You have to put the work into relationship. And some of us go into relationship thinking we can change people. We can't change anybody unless they want to change. Work on yourself. Get to know who you are. Get to know your priorities, what you will and will not accept, your do's and your don'ts before you walk into something. This is real talk. And then I'm going to say this again, as I've said many times before, babies don't hold the relationship. And babies are responsibility. They are with you for a long time, even when that man walks away. So before you jump into things, think about, is this something that you really want to do to yourself? We have to think more of ourselves. We have to learn how to respect ourselves. We have to learn how to create some boundaries for ourselves. And again, take ownership to your mistakes in life. We all make them. It's called learning curves. There's no reason to be ashamed about it. We've all been a fool for something, even myself. We've all made the wrong decisions about things. We have. But that does not make us less than. It doesn't. It doesn't make us less than. So forgive yourself. Learn how to forgive yourself and live life and move on. That's what we need to do. We have so heavy of a weight on us that, we can't get past some things. And it's sad. It's sad. And it's heartbreaking at times. Women have allowed others, whether male or female, to pour into them the negativity of not being beautiful. And beauty is from within to without. Because you can be the finest woman in the world and be ugly as hell. Your attitude stank. It's nasty. You think somebody owe you something and nobody owes you nothing. And because you have reached a certain plateau, you want to look your nose down on somebody, but you don't want nobody looking their nose down on you, because you got to realize whatever plateau you're at, say you had $100,000, there is somebody above you that's making $200,000. So would you like somebody looking their nose down at you because you at the $100,000 level? No. Everybody deserves to have the utmost respect and to be treated fairly. That's all I'm saying. And these are the conversations that we need to have. And we should be having with ourselves and with people that's close to us. See, we don't want to tell each other when we're wrong. We want to go ahead and pacify them and say, well, no, it wasn't really that bad. Yes, it was. So let's be honest and tell the truth. Let's be honest and tell the truth. Stop sugarcoating when you know somebody is wrong, because if you're a good friend, you would tell them when they're wrong and not go along with their wrongness. If somebody is doing somebody wrong, we should step up to the plate and tell them that. Stop going along with the process, because it makes you no better than them. That's all I'm saying. And yes, I'm having a hot flash. Let me tell you, it makes you no better than them. So this is some real talk for you. And even if I don't never get anyone to come on to highlight women in business, if I don't get anyone to come on um, straight from the heart, Wednesday nuggets, whatever it may be. I'm still going to push forward. That's what I'm going to do because I know this right here has a purpose and it has a place. Now I'm here for any woman, any young woman, and any teenager. If you have a business that you want us to highlight, I'm not looking for nothing from you. I don't want any money. I just want you to be exposed to everybody else. Again, it goes back. It's more blessed to give than it is to receive. And if we're going to talk it, we need to walk it. But a lot of us do all that talking and we ain't walking nothing. And if you don't like somebody, don't pretend to say, well, I like you or fake the funk. If you don't like people, you just don't like them. But keep it real. Don't be that type of person that walk around, grinning and skinning and you don't care nothing for the person. And then you talk about and when it boils down to your reasons of why you don't like somebody, it's actually not legitimate reasons why. And some of y'all don't like other individuals because somebody else don't like them without giving that person a fair try. You don't know nothing about the other person. We go along. So when are you going to be a leader and not a follower? Stand in your own shoes. Walk your own path. Sit in your own seat. Stand in your own truth. That's all I'm saying. All right? So I'm going to keep saying this, and I'm going to keep saying this over and over again. Follow us on all our social media outlets. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Tumblr, Pinterest. Take somebody to the YouTube channel and subscribe. If you have something that you want to talk about, if you want to come on the stream, I have no problem with that. We need to dialogue. We need to have real conversation because some of us women have some real issues that we're walking in the dark. I'll go back to that chest that we have packed away that we don't want to unlock because we don't want to dig down deep. And some of us say we want to heal and we want to be better, but do we really? So I think some of us like walking around with hurt. And I think some of us enjoy being broken because we like the pity party. We like the sympathy that we get. And if you're going to grow to be a stronger, better woman, then there are some things you have to look within yourself and change, address it to become a better person. Our process is to grow. Every year you get older, you should learn something about yourself that you can change for the better. But do we really want to change for the better? That's the question that you have to ask yourself, and then you have to answer that question. Now, whether you like, comment, or subscribe, I'm still going to do what I need to do. Whether you share what I post, I'm still going to do what I need to do. But I'm saying don't fake the funk. Be real and understand there is going to come a time when the tides and the tables will turn and you will need somebody to support you as well. That's all I'm saying. So make sure you go to the website. I would love for you all to purchase some t-shirts. I would really love it. And what I want us to do, I saw a lot of feeds from some ladies today on Facebook talking about, things are disappearing. Let me say this. Facebook has an algorithm that's very prominent. And what people don't know, once you reach a certain plateau, then they want you to pay for a lot of things, right? And I created toawomansheart.org not just because of the algorithm. I created toawomansheart.org social media outlet because we as women have to fight the hardest to get recognized. We as women have to fight the hardest for a platform to stand on. And in that social media outlet right now, you can advertise your business. You can brand your business. You can network with each other. There's a couple of things that has not been added, not till I get those numbers up, and that's live stream and video call. But everything else you want to do with some extra features, you can do. So why can't we be supportive of one another? Why can't we do that? It's our own outlet just for us. I'm not asking you for no money to get on there. Matter of fact, it's a platform that you can be who you are, and you don't have to worry about the advertisement charge inside of Facebook. It's your own outlet that's been created just for you. But again, when we think somebody creates something, you think somebody's out to gain something. Will it become something? I don't know. It may. But I'm going to follow the process that I've been instructed to follow. Now, I'm asking all ladies, especially those who have a business, to share with at least 2 ladies, at least 2, and send them over to toawomansheart.org. Let's build a sisterhood. Let's build a community of boss women. Let's build a community of boss queens. Too long we have to fight to get the salary like the men get. We do all the work and we get less pay. And that is not fair. Not at all. You got to fight for your business. You got to fight for exposure. You got to fight for everything. So now you have something that you don't have to fight for. It's right there at your fingertips just for you. All right? So that's my spiel for this evening. I hope you have gained something from the conversation. I hope it has enlightened you in some shape, form, or fashion. And I hope that we as women will create a checklist for ourselves. Check your attitude, check your temperament, check your jealousy level, check your hater radar, check your forgiveness scale. There's a lot of things we can work on. But most of all, remember, while you are trying to discredit somebody else, somebody may be discrediting you. Simple as that. So we have to be conscious. It, like, again, it's played out all across social media, TV, and we hear it on the street, the negativity, the cattiness amongst women. And I'm not saying all women. I'm not putting everybody in one bucket. But we have to realize it do exist. The jealousy is real. The hate is real. And we need to change that. God is a God of love. Nobody is an island unto themselves. We're not. And we all are flawed in one way or another. And we have to love ourselves. Live in peace. Who wants to be bothered with arguing with people all the time? That's just crazy. Can we learn to just let some things go? Just let it go. Life is too short to hold on to the garbage that we hold on to. And half of it is pettiness anyway. Be the woman that God designed you to be. Step up to the plate. Show the world who she is and never be ashamed of her. All right? All right, ladies. Until we talk again, y'all have a good one.